here to define what a man is, right?
Responsibility creates struggle, struggle creates strength, and strength creates structure.
How many people care about what people think about them? Be honest.
As a man, you got to be able to protect not just yourself, but your family.
When we talk about being a man, it's your behaviors.
But I don't say any of this to brag. I don't say any of this to gloat my life up or I'm better than anybody.
I start crying. I'm like, why am I crying? And so what I realized was,
you put yourself in a target-rich environment. You are the only woman that paid for a ticket to come to this event.
if you're trying to teach your daughter to be around a certain man and you're not that man yourself, she gonna choose you.
Hey, let me not touch this nigga. He too clean. Where is that on you?
It's not on me.
It's not on you. The only reason why it's not on you is because you didn't choose it.
Find the women who can actually help you build. And here's some deep game for you. You don't have to have sex with all of them.
Since 2016, I've been following Lucario and Miles. Y'all changed my life. Followed by Uncle Ram. So ever since then, I've been getting a little bit of too much ass at times.
You know, as a man, there's a balance to it. Your purpose and pussy. And the heavier your purpose.
Even if you lose the relationship, you don't lose yourself. And that's the most important part. Yo, what's poppin'? What's good? Shout out to everybody in the motherfucking chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. Miles might be coming on a little bit later. Shout out to Olafemi, Monogamous Player, TB2, what's going on? Armani was popping, Big XY, TZ, what's going on? Christian Goggins in the building, Soulmonger, AT is in the chat. What's popping? Atlantis, shout out to you. Call me Jay, Certified Tyrone, Manuel SV. Oh my goodness, my woman, my sexy girl, April MC is in the motherfucking building with her sexy ass. Shout out to April, being all sexy and shit. Who else we got up in here? Shout out to my dude, Joe Blast in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Joe Blast in the building. Who else we got up in here? Oh, let me put this thing at the top, pin this at the top. So if you guys want to call in, you know what I'm saying, donate, get that shit cracking. Shout out to Darrell B. Shout out to AJ Lindo. Boozek, what's going on? Respect the Truth, Main Event Flow. Kelly Moore is in the building. What's going on? Shout out to you. Kelly Moore is in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Ben. Man, who else we got to be? Trade on, what's popping? Man, got a lot of people. Rita's in the building. Golden Product, King of Kings. What's going on? So, I'm going to be doing a response video to Casey Zander's video. He had a video called Women Despise Men Who Commit to Them. Right? So I'm going to get into that. But before I get into that, y'all already know what we got to do. Let's do this real quick so we can get into this game. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Lucario, the bad boy of the dating game. And you missed a lot of life-changing game if you weren't at the Game Kings 2, the definition of a man seminar in New York City. But don't worry, because right now you can get access to the entire Game Kings 2 seminar. All you got to do is click the link below. And in this seminar, you're going to learn heavy games, some heavy games from myself, Miles Cunningham, Rom Wills, Taekwondo, and Kerry K. Zagan. We're talking about manhood, confidence, attracting women, and much more. So click the link below right now so you can get your copy today. You still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Lucario, the bad boy of the dating game. And I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Lucario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, the definition of game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Top Soil, Rosebud, Rom Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLucario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
All right, we are back. We are here. Let me get all this, get the full length popping real quick. Actually, yeah, don't call in yet because we about to go into this video real quick. But let me make sure I got all my shit ready and all that other good stuff. All right, so today, somebody actually sent me this video by this dude named Casey Zander. I ran into his videos a while back. I saw him probably like a few of them and stuff. And but when I saw this one, I was like, this is a very interesting one. And somebody wanted me to do a video response to this. So I was like, all right, let me do this shit and get this shit cracking. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up hold on, let me see. Why is this shit going so? I think I probably got a whole bunch of shit open. Let me close some of these things. My shit going slow as fuck. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me close this and close that. All right. So let me bring up this video real quick. Let me bring this up. All right, share screen. Boom. Let me get that going. All right, so let me put that up there. Get that shit cracking. All right, so this video is called Women Despise Men Who Commit to Them, Exposing Dark Female Nature, right? Now, what I'll say off top, and this is very interesting, is the title, like the literal title of the video, what he's saying is correct. He's actually correct in what he's saying, right? But what he's talking about in the video, because I watched the video already, what he's talking about in the video is he's talking about it on a surface level thing. But I want to talk about what he's talking about, but I'm gonna go deeper so you guys really understand what's going on out here in these streets. You feel what I'm saying? So let's start this, and I'm gonna stop and let you know what's going on. So let's get this crack.
Modern women is modern women literally despise.
Hold on, let me back it up. Let me start right here.
What you're gonna find with modern women is that modern women literally despise men who commit to them. Now, I don't want this video to sound like evil or like I'm some like, person who's a pessimist and all this. And this also isn't some bullshit like a red pill video where I'm going to drop a bunch of facts and statistics and theories, but just like take a look around and let's reflect it. Like my life over the past 10 years, your life over the past 10 years, like modern women don't like men who commit to them. Okay. And I have some examples of a lot of reasons for this, but what you're going to notice is if you commit to women, okay, and this can even be for women with high interest, okay, and I'm talking women who they viewed you as the prize, you're a guy with money.
Let me stop it real quick. So he's saying modern women despise men who commit to them. It's not just quote unquote modern women. Women in general, whether they're modern women back in the day, whatever, they actually despise men who commit to them. And I want you to take what he's saying literally as far as the title, because I'm going to break down what it is, but let's go.
you're a guy with status, you're a guy who's good looking, you're a guy who's smooth, you're a guy who's charismatic, right? You're a guy who clearly can attract other women. Okay. Women find that extremely attractive when you're attracted by other women. Okay. Like every single great, I'll tell you this, over the past like 6 months to a year, every great interaction that I've had with women where there's high sexual desire, right? She's super aroused by me, any of those things. It always came, like the highest level of desire, it always came from either mutual friends, meaning that there was a girl who I was seeing who she knew of, who also caught wind in the grapevine that I was seeing her, or it was literally a girl that I was seeing, one of her distant or even close friends. As soon as we stopped talking, now she has interest. Okay. That pre-selection status where women see that you're chosen by other women.
So now he's saying that, you know, the women that he fucks with, a lot of them are attracted to him, or they feel him because, you know, they know that other women want him. You understand? And this is a point that he's going to try to make, to say that women despise men who commit to them. But I'm gonna go into the deeper reason though, because I want you guys to really understand what's going on here. Well, let's go.
Therefore, they have high desire towards you. Okay. I'm talking, and when I say desire, you have to keep this in mind. I'm not talking desires in romantics of like, oh, you know, let's talk all night on FaceTime and get like coffee. What I'm talking, and then get coffee in the morning. What I'm talking is like when she comes over and you guys go on a date, right? And you guys are like making out, or you guys are like whatever, like you feel her like she's completely like sopping wet, right? Just like ridiculously levels of attraction. It always came from when there was other women in the picture, and through the grapevine or through mutual friends, the other women saw that and they wanted in. Okay. That number one. So straight up, women get turned on when you clearly have other women in your life. That's obviously first. But now let's look at this a step deeper. Modern women don't respect and despise men who commit to them. Okay. I am not immune to this. You are not immune to this. I don't care how much social status anybody has. You are, with modern women today, you are not immune to the decrease in desire when you close off your options.
See, now let me stop it right there. Now this is where I want to get you guys to understand the deeper thing of what he's trying to say, but he's talking surface level. You understand? So what he's trying to say is, I'm getting all these women and they fuck with me because they know I have all these other women and I'm not committing to any of them. So they're attracted to me because they know that other fucking women want me, and I'm just, you know, fucking around and doing what I got to do. Right. And so what he's saying is, and he's going to say this a little later, is that women despise the guys who commit to them. Right. Because basically what's happening is that he's choosing the woman, right? That particular woman over dealing with all these other women. Right now, see, the thing is this: women despise men who commit to them, because in the game, what needs to happen is that women need to commit to you. I'm gonna say that again. Women despise men who commit to them, to the woman, because women are supposed to commit to you. Now, what does it mean for the woman to commit to you? For the woman to commit to you, that means that she has to go along with your program, right? Whereas when you're committing to a woman, what you're doing is you're committing to her, which means you're going with her program, right? So essentially what he's saying is, well, my program is I want to fuck with all these women. Now, this is the thing. The reason why women despise guys who commit to them is because in general, now this isn't all men, but let's just keep this general. What do guys generally want to do? Guys generally don't want to just be with one woman. This is why guys are cheating all the time. They want to fuck with a lot of women. So what happens is that when a man commits to a woman, what he's saying is, I'm going to disregard my program and what I want, and I'm going to go with your program and what you want as a woman. And so what happens is that the woman despises the man because that man is following her. So literally what he's saying in the title, women despise men who commit to them. It's true, because what you're doing is you're throwing away your program and then going along with her program. You see what I'm saying? So for example, if you're a guy like myself who is non-monogamous, right? And that's your program. You say, hey, I want to be in a non-monogamous relationship. That's how I roll. So now when I interact with women, the women commit to me. So that means they're going to be in the relationship with me based on me being non-monogamous, right? So I'm not committing to them. They're committing to me. So women are not going to despise you when they commit to you, but they will always despise you when you commit to them. Does that make sense? So it would be like me saying, well, I'm non-monogamous. And then the girl's like, well, I don't want you to be non-monogamous. And then I'm like, okay, I won't be non-monogamous and I'll just be with you and do it how you want to do it. She's going to despise me because I am not a man at that point, because a man has the woman commit to him. You see what I'm saying? So when you commit to the woman, you're basically going to be despised because you were not a man at that point. So what happens is a lot of guys that are usually in these relationships, what happens is that they are going against their own nature as men to acquiesce and do what the woman wants. You see what I'm saying? But let's continue. We'll get into it a little bit more. Let's go.
Okay, when you close off your options, she went from looking at you as a guy who can have anybody that he wants, or from a guy who's smooth and charismatic, a great seducer, right? A great guy who's a masculine, sexy, attractive to other women. And when you close off that options and you give her the validation and the full undivided attention that says, hey, I really want you, here's the truth. It lowers your status in her eyes because deep down, she doesn't think that she's that good enough to begin with. Let that sink in. Modern women today compare themselves to every girl with a big fat ass on Instagram. Modern women today compare themselves to every single bimbo on Instagram with big fake tits. Modern women today are looking at every Hollywood magazine, every celebrity, every fucking Instagram influencer who wants to think that she's something with her lip filler. Okay. They're comparing themselves to all these girls. And a lot of them are extremely insecure deep down. So they don't view themselves as that great to begin with. And there's a few reasons for this. Okay.
So what he's saying now is he's saying that, women don't have low self-esteem and, all this other stuff. So she's like, well, why are you committing to me when I'm not that great? What's wrong with you if you're committing to me? Now, to a certain extent, women will think that and sort of, either consciously or subconsciously have that thought process, right? But again, the deeper issue is not even really about that. It's really about you choosing to go her way. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what happens is, again, most guys want to hook up and deal with multiple women. But what do? They find a woman and then they say, oh, well, I guess I'll commit to you, which means I'm going to get rid of all the women I'm dealing with who I actually want to deal with to stay with you. So eventually she's going to despise him because he's following her. But let's continue.
Not to mention, when you commit to just them and they don't feel good enough or they don't feel like they're the best, she's going to look at you and go, well, he committed to me. He'll actually commit to anybody. He's not high status. I don't even want him anymore. And also you have to look at it this way too. What happens is most guys don't vet women. Most guys jump into a long-term relationship. So what he's talking about specifically too, and I think is generally the average dude who ends up committing to just a chick because she's there, she's hot, I like her, I want her, and so now I'm going to be with her. Because what happens is a lot of times, if a guy is interacting with a woman and she's interested in him, she will, in a lot of cases, try to convince that guy to be in a relationship with her. Oh, where's this going? What does this mean? And all this other stuff.
So then in order to keep her around, he'll acquiesce to, trying to get with her. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is, where he's talking about where a woman is, feeling insecure, she thinks she's not good enough and all that other stuff, right? That within itself, like I said, has something to do with it. But again, it's still mainly about the fact that you're committing to her and you're not getting her to commit to you. And getting her to commit to you literally just means that she's submitting to you. See, you got to understand something. When it comes to the relationship dynamic, either she's submitting to you or you're submitting to her. Now, there are parts in the relationship where there's going to be submission on both sides, and we're not getting into all of that. But what I'm saying is, on the general level, somebody's committing to somebody's program. You understand? I'm going to say that again. Somebody is committing to somebody else's program. So when you say you're committing to the woman, you're submitting to her program. When she's committing to you, she's submitting to your program. You see what I'm saying? Let's continue.
It's really sad because for those of you who do want like real relationships, okay, the first thing you have to do is you have to unplug from thinking that relationships in your head of the romantic novel of we will be happy together, or if I put X into this, I will get Y out. You need to completely flush that down the toilet. Okay, here's why most men think like this. And I understand because I'm a businessman. I've always been a businessman. I'm a guy who goes to the gym. I'm a guy who chases success. And when I say chase success, dude, this was ingrained in me ever since I was in high school. Like, if I was in track and we were like, I was a miler in track. So like if we did like one of the workouts was like 10 by 400, okay, 10 quarter mile laps around the track, 10 by a quarter at 1 mile race pace, okay, with a minute rest in between. That was like one of the workouts. If I was hitting 72s for all of them, like the next workout, I'm going to try to hit 71s for all of them. That's just that progression. If I'm a bodybuilder now, if I hit 315 for
Hold on, Miles in the game in the building. What's going on? What's going on?
Hey man, what's up, man?
What's popping? What's going on, bro? What's popping? So we in the middle of this. So basically, to catch, I don't know if you was watching earlier. But
I saw a little bit of it, but I actually thought you was collaborating with this dude. I didn't know it was a reaction. I didn't.
No. This is a reaction joint. Yeah. So basically, I was saying that what he's literally saying as the title of the video is correct, because he says women despise men who commit to them, and I said that's absolutely true, because if you're committing to a woman, that means you're submitting to a woman. I say that a woman is supposed to commit to you, which means she commits to your program and what you're trying to do. Exactly. But what he was saying on the surface level, he was just saying it in a sense of, committing to a woman versus having multiple women. And that's surface level. But what it really is most guys want multiple women because that's just their nature to want it. And so therefore, them saying, I'm going to trade in dealing with multiple women to be with just you. Right. Then he's committing to her program. You see what I'm saying? And that's the issue. You see what I mean?
I'm totally with it. But I was when I was watching, I was like, what's up with this robe shit? And I was like,
nigga, you gay.
So I'm like, who you making this video for, bro? Like,
that's funny. Hilarious.
Like, aren't you talking to dudes in the video?
Niggas got to be looking sexy and shit at all times. You know what I'm saying? That's the looks money status. They got to keep that shit up at all times. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So right now he's talking about how, and this is what I actually agree with. He's talking about how men think that putting in a lot of energy and effort, into a specific situation with a woman is supposed to yield certain results because you do that in other areas of your life, but it's not the same thing.
See, and that's one of the things that is one of the mysteries of life, because a woman is the only thing that you can't invest in and get a return like you do everything else in life.
Right.
And I told you guys this before. The best way to invest in any woman is to invest in yourself.
Facts.
It's so interesting how the more you invest in yourself is the more you see the woman follow your lead and start investing in you as well.
Right. Right. Exactly. That's a fact. We'll continue this. Let's go.
5 sets of 7 on squat. You know, I'm going to try to hit 320 for 5 sets of 7 on squat. It's natural progression. If you put X in, you want Y out. Women don't work that way. Women are the one thing in this earth where the more you put in to fix the relationship, build a better relationship, solve the relationship, do more to not only make her happy, but to just build a strong foundation of mutual understanding and attraction, the less you get out.
That's fact. And let me tell you why. This is exactly what I was talking about. The more you put into that, that means the more you're committing to her.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Every time, whenever you go in the direction of doing it for her,
right?
What you're saying is that I disregard myself and my position as leader,
right,
and I'm going to be here for your whims and whatever you want. So what happens is that she starts to despise you. Then when she despises you, you feel like you have to put in more work because you're like, well, she's not happy. I got to make her more happy. Let me put in more work. Right. And then the more work you put in, the more she despises you. And it's a vicious fucking cycle. You see what I'm saying? But the key is, and this is what I say, where she has to commit to you. The key is you have to make sure that you have your program and she's investing into you. And that's what keeps her actually happy and wanting to keep this shit going. Because see, the thing is this, and you know, what I'm about to say, I've talked about before. I did a whole video on this, but you know, I'll say it again real quick here is that whenever you're interacting with women, right? You should never give a woman 100% of yourself. And that's what most guys do. They give a woman 100% of themselves. So what I mean by that is this, is that if you're actually focused on what you want to do and you're focused on who you are and what you're about, what's going to happen is a woman will never get 100% of you because what happens is that you are not being influenced by the woman to give her that of you.
Exactly.
Because check this out. When you first meet a woman, let's say you at a bar, you see a girl at the club. This is the first time you meet her, never met this woman in your life, right? What happens is that part of what makes her attracted to you is that she doesn't have you. And like, yeah, you got to understand this. She does not have you yet. So the part of you she does not have, she's like, oh, this nigga, he's attractive. I want him. I want to get this shit going. Right. Then what happens is, as the relationship progresses, you give her 10%, 15%, 30%, another, 50%, whatever, up into 100%. Now she completely has you. So the thing that initially made her attracted to you is no longer there. You see what I'm saying? And then she starts to despise you.
You know why? She starts to despise you. But you know why, Lucario?
Well, what happened?
Dependency is no laughing matter.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Bitch, because a lot of guys see. All right. I mentioned this before. If you're not following, you're leading.
Mm-hmm.
In any relationship with any woman, if you're not following, you're leading. But guess what? In any relationship, if you're not focused on yourself, guess who you're focused on?
Exactly. Focus on the chick.
Exactly. So, guys, we got to be careful with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
We got to be careful. And it's so easy to focus on the girl because she's beautiful, man. She's something that you want to focus on. Shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The pussy good. She suck your dick. She's feminine. She got curves. She smell good. She tastes good. She feel good. You want to touch her. You want to spend time with her. But at the very same time, you cannot forget about yourself, man.
Exactly. And that's what happens when dudes give 100% of themselves in a situation. They're no longer there. And then the woman fully has him. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, she despises you. She's like this.
Get the fuck out of here!
You understand what I'm saying? Because she's like, you are no longer, there's nothing, like you're not there. Part of what makes her like you when y'all first meet and y'all flirting and everything is all smooth and spicy and all that other shit is because you have all of that energy, that swag, that all of that shit. Right. Then you start to get in a relationship, you start compromising more. You start to do more shit that's not shit. You don't even want to do the shit that you're doing, but you're sacrificing and doing all this crazy shit for her. And then before you know it, you fully committed to her. And then therefore she despises you. Is this how it goes? Well, let's continue.
It's one of the only things in life that works that way. That's why the one thing you can do and the one thing you can control is chase your own success. You can chase your own status. You can keep leveling up. But I'm going to play devil's advocate to this. The question that I have to ask you is, why in God's green earth would you commit to 99% of these women? Once again, I don't give a fuck if this is offensive. I don't care. Because I'm going to tell you this. I've been in a multi-year committed relationship. And for the past 12 to 18 months, I've been exclusively single, where I have not really committed to any girl. And I've seen multiple women. I'm going to tell you this. Life is much better when you have multiple options. And life is much better when you don't commit as a man, because you start to see one thing clearly.
But see, again, he's just speaking surface level. It's not about you having multiple options or you whatever. It's about you just doing what you want to do.
Right.
That's really what it is. What it's about. See, he's looking at it on the surface level.
He's still pedestalizing the woman.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just looking at it at a surface level. It's like he's saying, well, I haven't committed to any women, so therefore my life is better and my interactions are better with women because I'm not committed to them. But it's not really about him not committing to them. It's he doesn't want to, which means that's part of his identity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then so at the moment, so what happens is that because he's doing what he wants to do, he's getting respect from the women.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so, because what happens is this: is not being in a committed relationship is not what's going to make a woman despise you. Committing to a woman is going to make her despise you. It's two different things. Being in a committed relationship and committing to a woman is two different things, because being in a committed relationship could mean that she is in that relationship with you, committing to you. You see what I'm saying? But it always has to be her committing to you. So the multiple women he's dealing with, they're interacting with him on his terms.
Right.
So it's really about him just doing him. So it could be anything. It's not necessarily the fact, because a guy could just want to fuck with one woman, right? But she has to be committing to him and not him committing to her, meaning him dealing with that one woman should be about him and not about her. You see what I'm saying?
You know, I'll say this too. It sounds good, and it's gonna sound good to most dudes. Oh yeah, you got all these options, bro, because you're dealing with so many women, bro. But the thing is that it's like, are you making the choice because you want to, or because you're afraid of the alternate choice?
Right.
And like, do you have all these women, or you have all these options, so to speak, because you really want to have all these options? Or is it because you're just afraid to be in a relationship because you know that you're going to fold because you don't know how to handle yourself when it comes to a woman?
That's a good point.
Because that's really the problem with most motherfuckers, bro. Yo, don't these dudes call in? Yo, Lucario, yo, Miles, what do you think if I take like 2 years off and just focus on my business, bro?
Right, exactly.
You know, the reason why I say that is because, you know, women just take up so much of your time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how do women take up so much of your time? Well, you know, they always want to go out. They always want to come over. They always want to spend time with you, you know? And
right.
I'm like, no, I don't know. Because all the time that a woman spends with me is scheduled based on my own decisions.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So how the fuck does a woman take up more time than I want her to take up out of my fucking life? How?
Exactly.
You see, that's the problem. Most niggas let the woman monopolize their time. Like, shout out to Patrice O'Neal. He will always and forever be the greatest. Because you know that joke where he says, rape is doing something without consent.
Right.
And he's like when a man is on the phone with a woman and he's trying to get off the phone and she won't let him get off the phone. He's like, bitch, you're raping my time.
Right. Exactly.
See what I'm saying? But and that's what do we tell y'all? Don't even spend too much time on the fucking phone. You should just be setting up the next time y'all supposed to meet up.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But again, most dudes can't do that. They feel like they gotta talk on the phone. They feel like they gotta spend time. They gotta let her come over whenever she wants. They have to see her they have to see her every other day. They gotta talk to her. They gotta text her. They gotta do this. They gotta do that. No, you don't have to do any of those things.
Mm-hmm.
You have to run the relationship how you want to run it.
Right.
But because you don't have the fucking balls to do it, because you don't believe in yourself, and because you're scared to lose the woman, you do all of these things as if the pussy's holding a gun to your fucking head.
Exactly.
It's sad, bro.
Because they be really feeling like they have to do this shit. Like, I'm like, nigga, no, you put yourself in that situation. You feel what I'm saying? Let's continue this shit.
These women are not worth committing to. And the biggest reason why they're not worth committing to is you like, look at it this way even. I think marriage is a great thing. I think marriage is a great, beautiful thing between men and women. Okay. Marriage can build a nuclear family. Marriage can make it so that way children come into the mix and all of a sudden things are good. Okay. But it has to be with the right person. It has to be with the right person. It has to be with a girl who has not been tapped by every single guy.
Oh my God.
Now he lost me. Now he lost me.
and this is a prime example of him focusing on the woman.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But what is compatibility really? I tell you guys, compatibility doesn't work if you don't first know who you are.
Right.
Like, man, I had an experience the other day, man, and I kind of knew it was gonna go down, but whatever. So had the date set up for Thursday.
Right.
She texted me on Tuesday talking about, hey, how you doing, Miles? I'm at work doing a training and I just kind of got tired of hearing other people talk. So I decided to see how your day was going. I texted her back and I said, don't try to use me for a break from boredom.
Right.
This is what I literally, I fucking, because it didn't work out. So I just, I unmatched and erased the text, but I wish I had saved it. I said, don't use me for a break from boredom. I said, that type of attention has to be earned.
Right.
Get back to your training and I look forward to seeing you on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And she was like, wow, you really trying to have a blind date for real, for real. She was a younger lady, so she did that FR bullshit in the text.
Right.
Now, when she called it a blind date, I already knew it was downhill from there. Because let me tell y'all something. Anytime a woman says anything about wasting her time or a blind date or she has to talk to you before the date, what is it? It's a clear indicator that she doesn't have faith. And she's not moving in. She's not putting her best foot forward into trying to meet you. What she's really doing is trying to qualify you to find reasons to not fuck with you.
Exactly.
That shit is 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10 every fucking time.
Exactly.
Okay, so she shows up to the date. Give her a hug and whatever, and she looks nice. And she tells me, "Oh my God, she looks nice. You look nice. You smell good. Oh my God, giving me compliments and shit. This, that, and the third." So I sit down with her, we're talking, and she got some big ass titties, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's wearing one of these blouses that like show it off, and she's not wearing no bra. So we sitting there talking, and so I just say to her, I say, so listen, how big are those? What's the size of those things? She was like, what? Oh my God, what? You just gonna ask me like that? I said, yeah, why not? They big and they beautiful. I want to know.
Right.
He's like, you can't just, why, what make you think you went from 0 to 100 really quick? And I said, what you mean? She said, why do you think you could just ask me that? I said, because I could do what I want.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I said, look, I work for myself. I got a really great life and I do exactly what I want to do.
Right.
I said, just, you saw in the text how I told you to get back to your training. Right. I ain't worried about nothing. And I said, I said, let me ask you another question since you're so sensitive. And we talked about some other shit. I said, I always ask girls this question. I asked them Prince or Michael Jackson, just to, see what kind of music they like. And after she answered that question, I said, all right, so cool. How big are they? And and then she said, and then she said, you know what? I think I'm gonna go.
Right.
And I said, okay, have a good night.
Right.
And I stayed at the spot. I ordered a drink, and I watched. They had a live band and shit, and I was chilling.
I love it. I fucking love it. I fucking love it.
And the thing is, because I already saw it, because the fact that she called it a blind date.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's crazy? The previous date I had, this girl had big thighs.
Right.
And the whole time we was talking about her thighs, we was talking about sex, and she was loving every fucking minute of it.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the thing? What's the difference? The difference is one girl is attracted and the other girl is not.
Exactly.
And I'd rather get your unattracted ass out the fucking way early than to be wasting time with you.
Exactly.
So tell me how big them titties are.
Exactly.
I want to know what size. I'm always, you know, what always interests me with the size. It's always a weird ass letter. like it'd be like, you know, you got 40, you got 38, but it's always some like G or H. So I always love hearing the letter. Right. So I'm hearing G and H and all. And one time I heard I and double J. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yo, these fucking titty sizes are ridiculous. But but I was able to get rid of her early, bro. And I was glad too, man. I was glad because I had some shit to do that night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, perfect.
Yeah, bullshit. Right. That's a fact. Shit is crazy, man.
And real quick, just to go back, the fact that she tried to use me to get away from her boredom at, you know, doing the training shit.
Right.
That's insulting.
Exactly. And the funny part is she was going to use you for that, but then at the same time, she want to go and leave the date. So then what would have been the point of me interacting with you on the phone while you bored at work to waste my fucking time to just come to the date and waste my fucking time? This is what we try to teach y'all. Y'all motherfuckers, I swear, like dudes be like, you guys are so harsh, man. You gotta make the girls comfortable, bro. You gotta build rapport, and maybe if you were just a little bit, no, that shit.
Yo, the other chick with the big thighs, same shit. We didn't talk the whole, like after I set up the date, we didn't talk till the following week when the date was supposed to happen. She came to the date, bro. I was laying down on her thighs like a pillow.
Mm-hmm.
I was caressing that little bit of fat, like that's like that gets bunt. You know when they sitting down and that little bit of fat that falls into the V of the vagina.
Yeah.
So I was caressing that all night
and
talking mad sexual shit to her, and she was loving it. So what's the difference?
Exactly.
One chick was cool with not talking to me until the date because she was actually attracted and was interesting to come meet me, my nigga.
Right.
The other chick tried to use me. Then when I dismissed her, she's talking all this blind date shit. And she even mentioned it at the beginning of the date as we were making our way to our seats. She was like, wow, you really on this blind date stuff, huh? It's a good thing you look good because, you know, blah, blah, blah. All of that, that's just qualifying talk. And a lot of times these women are so insecure, they don't even feel that they're worthy of a nigga. And that's the real reason why they're so insecure, just to come out and meet somebody new.
Exactly. Because the thing that happens is, and this is what happened on a date, and this is what usually happens, when a woman meets a motherfucker who's a real man, she either got one or two things to do. She either get with the program or she got to get the fuck out. And so what happens is sometimes they will get the fuck out before you even tell them to get the fuck out because they already know this is, I can't even deal with this nigga, so I gotta leave. You see what I'm saying? So that's what happens is that the chick knows, okay, this ain't the type of nigga I could play games with. This ain't the type of nigga I could call when I'm bored at work. Like I can't do none of this shit with this nigga at all. I can't do nothing.
Exactly.
And so what happens is in order for her to save face, and in order for her to protect her ego, she's gonna go now.
Yeah, leave now. Yeah,
it's like that's how it works.
By all means, leave now.
let's continue this shit.
So when you ask yourself this, why on earth, like when you like committing to a woman or living with a woman or getting married to a woman, these women are fucking for free. Okay, these women are screwing for free. These women are getting fucked without commitment. Why in the hell would you want to go put a ring on it when these women are sleeping with guys without it?
Oh my God.
See, he had me up into all of this body count chicks fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Casey, you had me into this shit. Because again, see, even when he's talking about this, it's weird because he's still sort of saying committing to the woman.
Exactly.
Right? And so he's saying, why would you commit to the woman if she's fucking all these guys for free? Why would you commit to that? And this is what a lot of guys think. A lot of guys look at commitment in a relationship with a woman based upon sex. You understand? So, and this is the thing. If a woman is committing to me, if she's under my program, if she's submitting to me, right? What the fuck does who she fucked before I met her have to do with anything when the job I have for her to do has nothing to really do with the fact that she fucked those niggas?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But see, you have to have a program to understand that. You see, so when guys don't have a program, most guys, because they don't have a real program, their plan is, I just want to get a hot girl to fuck and then commit to her so I can have a girl who's hot to constantly fuck. That's basically their thing. But it's like, listen, if you're a man who has a program, a plan, and you have a place to fit a woman into your structure, right? Her fucking all them dudes, 10, 15, 20, I don't give a fuck what the number is. That has nothing to do with the overall scheme of things when she needs to submit to my program.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it has nothing to do with that. So it's like, what the hell's the point of that? How'd you do that? How'd you get that shit bigger? Pause.
It's a different layout.
Yeah, keep it like that. That shit is dope.
Okay. I was going to say real quick, if you hear a dude asking questions, see, again, men don't ask a lot of questions. Men give instructions. So when you hear a guy saying, why would you submit to a woman who's fucking all these guys?
Right.
You understand? It's like, well, it's like, okay, how about find out what you really want? Figure out the best way to do that instead of asking why you wouldn't.
Right.
Because then I question is so what are you really trying to do? Are you trying to commit to women? Are you trying to fuck women? What are you really trying to do, bro?
Right.
It's weird.
It's nothing is focused. Let's continue.
Like, why are you over investing into something that didn't protect their sexuality, didn't protect their virginity, right? It doesn't, oftentimes goes out and sleeps with whoever they want just because they find that guy attractive in the moment. You're not getting anything out of this. So the biggest reason why women despise modern men for committing to them is because deep down, they know that they have not done the right things to probably make themselves a high value woman. Therefore, why would you commit to them? And the second you do,
still focusing on the woman.
Still focused on the woman. That's what I'm saying. You see how like the conversation goes when he's like, well, the high value woman and this and this and see, again, remember we did the show where we said good women are created? Like you have to create the chick. So what guys are looking for is they're looking for a woman that is without them to be exactly what they want, and then they take the woman. That's not how it works. See, you're expecting a woman to be not in your presence and then to be ready made for you when she gets to you. Like it don't work that way. You understand? Like you have to have a program and then you have to acclimate her to that program.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? You have to train her. She has to be taught. When you go to certain companies or jobs and you're doing a certain thing, they got to train you to work the job. You don't go there and say, oh, so wait a second. You trying to tell me you had 3 other jobs and now you come here and you don't know exactly what to do? Like, that doesn't make any sense. No, I got to train you and teach you how to do this job. It's like, I don't understand. It's that simple. Crazy.
It lowers your value and it lowers your status because she's sitting there scratching her head going, if he'll close off all of his options for my dumb ass, right? If he'll close off all of his options for my dumb ass, why the fuck would I bet on this guy going anywhere? Because you got to look at it this way. A man's status and a man's success dictates the level and the caliber of women he can get.
What? wait, what is he said his status and his success dictates the level of women he can get?
Yeah.
Is that the same? Because I'm just taking over the surface level what he's saying. So is this the same as like the guys feeling like they got to get their money up?
Yeah, he's talking about sexual market value or looks, money, status value or high value.
All that other shit.
So if you're 23, 24 and you settle on a basic girl who has a notch count of 13, let's say, because that is typically like, let's say she's 20 years old. She probably has a notch count of anywhere from 10 to 20 already. That's just what you have to accept with modern women. If you settle on a basic, average, everyday girl like that, she is not going to bet on you for the long haul, for your status and for your success and your income to keep on climbing. And here's probably why. She knows that your status, your income, your success is a direct correlation of the type of woman you can pull and the type of woman that you can attract.
Man, I was rooting for Casey at the beginning. The first half, I was rooting for him on some surface level shit. Now he's dipping into the other stuff, you know. And the thing is, you know, he's a young dude. I think he's probably like in his late 20s or some shit, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, God damn, bro. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, it's like dudes. See, this is what happens, right? When you have a certain thought process about something that is not really true or it's not actually the thing, and you continue to go down that path, then you're almost living in like an alternate reality. You understand? And then so your moves are dictated based off of your thought process. So imagine if you're trying to interact with women and get shit popping in your dating life, and you believe that women are going to, you know, want you, or you can get a certain caliber of women based off of your success, or that dictates the type of women that you can get, right? Then that's going to give you a warped view of what's going on in the game. Because see, it's funny because what he's saying, and what a lot of guys say, and which he doesn't realize, is he's almost dissing himself. What he's saying is, he said the girl knows that you can get a higher caliber woman because of your success, which means the girl you're with is only with you because of whatever success you have at the moment.
Exactly.
Which means she don't like you either.
Exactly.
Why would you trade a woman who don't really like you to upgrade to another woman who don't even like you?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the point? Well, let's continue.
There is leagues to this. Make no mistake. There's leagues you have to understand to this. If she sees you close that off and commit to her, she knows you're probably not going any further in life than just her. Or if she does see that you're still driven, here's the other thing too. One more false misconception. A lot of guys, okay, I'm going to open up to a couple different stories that I've never talked about. A lot of guys feel that if they stay on their passion, they stay on their purpose. Oh, I'm on my purpose. She'll love me. I'm making more money. She'll love me. No, motherfucker. Wake up. If you're on your purpose and you're fucking grinding and you're all of a sudden making 10K a month, 20K a month, 30K a month, that chick sitting in your house or that chick looking at you is going to have competition anxiety up the ass.
What? Hold on, I got to hit the button. No. Again, he's still going off the money, bro. You got to get off the money. This is what I'm saying. Like, listen, women fuck broke niggas all day. Women take money from rich niggas that they fucking with to give to the broke niggas they like that they fucking. Ask me how I know. Yo, when I was broke, nigga, listen, chicks. All right, let's continue.
Okay. For everybody telling you, yeah, chase your success, and that woman's going to stick by you and be a supporter. Fuck no, she won't. A lot of times what's going to happen is these chicks will look at you like a sucker. And here's why. Competition anxiety goes through the roof. And then when competition anxiety goes through the roof, what she's going to try to do is throw you off that path and beta-tize you. What she's going to try to do oftentimes is get so insecure and so nervous, she's going to self-sabotage the relationship and leave you anyways. I've seen this happen. I've seen this happen so much. I'll give you an example. My dad, nobody knows this, okay? I've never said this in my entire life. My dad became an extremely hard worker. This is where I get my work ethic. This is why I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. My dad started from the bottom, grew a real estate portfolio net worth past probably 30, 35 million in valuation.
Wait, what?
That's like 150, 200 doors of condos, whatever the case is. But I'm not saying that as if like he came from anything. Okay. He got he came from very broke parents. Okay. Got a 4-year degree. Okay. Became a mechanical engineer, was a mechanical engineer for 8 years, started a supplement company that was online in the basement of our first house of me growing up. And then on top of that, he started a brick and mortar supplement store called Nutrisport here in North Dakota. Was doing those, sold both of them. Okay. Got his first chunk of cash, then bought his first 8 doors. Okay. Then bought his strip mall, kept growing. Okay. Him and my mom are divorced. I will tell you this. The more focused he was, the more driven he was, the more my mom would consistently put a wrench in the relationship, try to purposefully start fights and arguments, throw him off his path or purpose. They didn't even call it that. It was no fucking path and purpose. Motherfucker, they're fighting all night, all day, all night, 24/7. Fight, fight, fight. I come home from school till 1 a.m, fight. I wake up by 6 a.m. I can't even sleep, fighting. Bam. Okay. Dude loses millions of dollars in divorce. That's a big reason why I do what I do and why this even channel exists in the first place.
Let's see. This is what I'm saying. It sounds like a contradiction though, because didn't he just say, you know, you're successful, you get all of this shit, and then the woman is supposedly supposed to cooperate.
Exactly.
Right? But then his dad was super successful and doing all this other shit, but then the wife was throwing a wrench in his shit.
Right. How'd that work?
Right. So it's not about like, you know, doing all these things and then women, the competition is going to spike up and they're going to know that you can get a better thing than her and all this other stuff. The money, see, you guys got to understand the money is just the tool to use. You understand? But it never makes her respect you as a man.
Right.
Never. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
I watch a guy build an entire net worth for 20 years and then damn near was on the brink of probably offing himself because he was so pissed. And it wasn't even like depression. This motherfucker was pissed. Imagine working your whole life, finally becoming successful, making millions of dollars along the way, finally getting your cash flow to 50 to 100K a month and not coming from money, right? Not coming from anything, right? And then all of a sudden having her leave and then watching that. And this is my own mom. Okay. Right. This is my own mom. I've seen this, right? I'm 15, 16 years old.
But see, this is what happens when you commit to the woman and you don't let the woman commit to you. You understand? You got to let the woman commit to you, because I'm sure in this situation, the pops probably was committing to the woman, which is why they're arguing all the time, which is why all of that fucking, you see what I'm saying? All that other bullshit.
First of all, his pops ain't had no fucking game. He didn't vet that bitch. And the only reason why he matters because she got pregnant with this idiot. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call it. The only reason why his pops probably married the bitch is because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a plan. Like, the bottom line is this. If you're a man and you're not doing exactly what the fuck you want to do, chances are you're making a mistake.
Right. And see, the thing is this. Why would you be sitting there having constant fights and arguments with your wife? See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But see, that's what happens when you commit to a woman versus having her commit to you. Because if she commits to you, you would say, you know what? To commit to me means there ain't no fucking arguing. To commit to me means there's none of this bullshit. So that means you're not going to be able to get a ring unless you've been vetted to show that you're not going to do these things. And if you do these things, you're out of there. But see, this is the problem. See, what a lot of guys don't understand is this. They'll say, oh, but look, you don't understand. Your girl could change at any time. No, women don't change at any time. You understand what I'm saying? That's not even women. Human beings don't do that. The reason why you ever, okay, when you have a habit, the reason why you have a habit is because you've basically been used to doing a certain thing a certain way, and it's just become how you view things, how you do things, how you go about things, right? So sometimes you can't even help yourself because you've just been doing this for this long. And in order to break that out, you have to start a new habit in order to break out of that old habit. So when you vet a woman, what you're doing is you're creating a habit. What you're doing is you're creating a habit of her basically being cooperative, of her respecting you. So if you're arguing with your chick, that means you've created a habit of her being able to feel like she can disrespect you. You see what I'm saying? So that's what happens. That's all on you. You've created the habit of her feeling like she can disrespect you. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. And so that's the thing right there. But see, that type of shit happens a lot of times when you commit to the woman. It's crazy. Let's continue.
I come home from school, I'm watching my mom break down in front of the family because she has feelings for her personal trainer. Okay. And this is with my dad, who's like 6 foot tall, 230 pounds, jacked, and making a shit ton of money. So you have to understand this. Modern women in general despise men who commit to them. I am not immune to this, and neither are you. And they understand strictly that they don't bring a lot to the table anymore.
It's funny because it's almost, Miles, you might be right. I think you might be right, my nigga. Because he said this earlier in the video, but he said it again. He said, I'm not immune to this, and neither are you. So remember earlier you were saying it seems like he could just be fucking with all these multiple women because he's scared to be in a committed relationship with a woman. So if he feels like I'm not immune to this, then the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is because this is my only other choice. Not because I actually want to do the shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem.
Yo, listen. He's been traumatized by watching his parents divorce.
Right.
You understand? There's a level. Why you think he said, man, I've never said this before.
Right.
Because it's something that he wanted to keep to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Why he wanted to keep it to himself is because there's a level of trauma in it for him. Watching his family life fall. What did he just say? So I'm coming home from school, watching my mom fall apart.
Right.
I'm watching my mom break down. I'm watching the family structure that I've been used to for so long break down right in front of my face.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad is jacked, 6'2", 230 pounds. He's jacked. He's making all this money. And my mom still doesn't want him.
Right. She went to the personal trainer.
Yeah. And the part is, who's paying for that personal trainer?
Right. Exactly. Probably the dad, right? And see.
Look, everybody got trauma, so I'm not acting like I'm perfect, bro. But again, people are choosing option A, not because they really want option A, but because they're deathly afraid of option B. That's all.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And another thing about that too is about, because he said that she went with the personal trainer. You guys have to stop expecting women to be perfect. You gotta stop this shit, man. What I mean by that is this. It's okay for look, this is something that you wouldn't think a person who's a dating coach, you know what I'm saying, and works in relationships like us to say, but I'm gonna say it. It's okay for a relationship to end. It's okay. It's okay to get a divorce. It's okay. It's okay to break up with your chick and for her to break up with you. It's okay. See, this is what you gotta understand. Relationships aren't, the point of a relationship is not for it to last. The point of a relationship is so that you can learn something, so that you can experience things. You see what I'm saying? So you can enjoy the moments.
It's okay to ask a girl the size of her titties and then she leaves the date.
Exactly. That's a fact. That's real shit. That's real shit.
I'm so serious. I'm so serious. It's okay. I'm so serious.
Because you know what it is? A lot of these guys are looking for guarantees. That's why they're worried about the body counts. That's why they're worried about, modern women do this and do that. You guys are looking for guarantees. There's no guarantees. What it is when you're in, you vetting a woman is not about you keeping a woman forever. Right. You vetting a woman is to make sure that while the relationship is happening,
yes,
that the relationship is good while it's happening.
And on your terms as a man and a leader.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
All these relationships are going to end anyway, guys, because we're all going to die.
Exactly. That's real shit.
And while we're on it, hold on, I'm sorry. Real quick, while we're on the topic, understand, guys, the next installment of the Masculine Identity membership will be about attachment. All right. So make sure y'all get on the Masculine Identity membership, man. It's about to be the game is going to get even deeper. I'm telling you.
That's just real shit.
When you do commit to them, they sit there and scratch their head. Why? She knows she has her Instagram open to 1,000 options. She knows she has Snapchat open and there's a ton of fucking orbiters who want to talk to her and fuck her. She knows this. So when your dumb ass sits there and goes, "Oh, baby, I love you. Oh, yeah, you can talk to that guy. Yeah, I don't mind." She's sitting there going, what a loser. So, like, no, I don't commit to any of these girls. I don't care. They'll fuck without a ring and without a commitment. Why the fuck would I commit to any of them?
Wait, he said they'll fuck without a ring or a commitment. Why would I commit to any of them?
Yo, see, you could, if you get one of those, those people who dissect people's body language and shit,
right?
I bet you they would surmise that he's traumatized by his parents' divorce.
Yeah, something going on. Because I'm like, bruh, think of what you're saying. Like, I was listening to somebody who was talking about this, where they were saying that a lot of guys who look at women strictly, and this is gonna sound crazy. Like, again, sometimes you meet a chick, she's hot, you're turned on and shit, and you want to fuck her, y'all just hook up, and that's the extent of y'all situation. But if your mindset is, well, like, why am I going to commit to any women? They're going to fuck without the commitment. That means what you're saying is you only see women useful for fucking, which means you don't have enough game to see the bigger picture.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if you're just saying it in a sense of, oh man, and again, this is why dudes put the sex and the body count on such a high pedestal. Because they mainly see women through the eyes of sex, and this is why they can't get the best out of a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy,
man. Yo, I was gonna do a response to this short. Hold on, let me see if I can find that shit, man. Man, hold on, man.
It's crazy.
No, you know what? Go ahead and do what you're doing.
Right, try to find it if you can find it.
It makes no sense, and I don't give a fuck. So, like, just like when you start to live life on your own terms, and you ask yourself, how does this serve me? You're gonna find most women don't serve you at all, right? Like, every woman says, I don't need a man. Well, the truth is, if you're a fucking high value man, you don't need a woman, right? Yeah, I don't need, like, I have my whole income on autopilot. I have a business. Okay, I have cleaners clean my house. I have every toy I need, boat, jet ski, no matter what. Okay, I have a social circle. I can call up whoever I want and they can come chill. What the fuck would I like? What do I need to spend time nurturing a relationship for? Okay, but I'm not against it. Here's what I can tell you. When you find a woman, okay, I'll give you an example. Last night I went on a date, and the girl was super sweet, like sweetheart, super down to earth. Like, she seems very good. I don't know her very much yet. I just met her for like an hour, but she seems very nice, very wholesome, very good. Okay. When you do meet a good girl, when you meet a good human, when you meet a girl who hasn't been through the ringer, who's not acting like a modern woman, don't treat her poorly. Treat her very well.
See, again, you have to read between the lines. This is why, look, it's funny when I hear people talk, I hear what's behind what they're saying.
Exactly.
I hear it. It's loud and clear. He said, if you meet a girl who's a good girl, treat her good. If she's not like a modern woman, treat her good. So essentially what you're saying is, if you meet a woman who you think is the modern woman, treat that hoe bad. Fuck that bitch. You see what I'm saying? But if she's a good girl, treat her good. But if she's not, fuck that hoe. But again, what is a good girl? He said he only met her for an hour.
Right.
What do we?
Why do you know after an hour that she's a good girl, man?
Right. Then on top of that, like we said, what a good girl is to you is based on you, based on your identity. Because listen, if I meet a chick for an hour, I don't know if she's a good girl or not, because in order for her to be a good girl to me, she has to adhere to my program. So maybe at first she's doing good by listening to what I'm saying, showing up on the date and all that other stuff. But I don't know if she's going to be good for me in the situation because I've only spoken to her for an hour. And you know what the funny part is? This is how guys get caught up, because women know how to play that role that you want in order to get into the situation. And then you feel some type of way when you end up wifing that girl up in 3 months, and then she turns around and the real her comes out, and you're like, you see, that's why you're not supposed to commit to women, because they do it. You see what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, you didn't vet her, you didn't have a program, you didn't have her under your leadership, and this is what happens.
Right. Let me see if you can you hear this?
You playing it?
Can you hear that?
Nah, I can't hear nothing.
Okay. All right. Maybe. Damn, you can't hear this.
Nah, I can't hear shit.
All right. Okay. Cool. Forget.
Probably got to play it through your phone or something. Let's get to this. This shit is almost done, and then we'll take some calls real quick after we do this video, and then you can wrap it up. Let's go.
Be a polite gentleman, because you should. So it needs to be a reflection of what's in front of you. I think the problem that you see on these online with a lot of these red pill videos or these manosphere videos is like, these guys are dorks. These guys aren't going on any dates. These guys aren't actually talking. Like these guys have theories and concepts, but they're not actually practically in the field. Like,
I mean, I agree with them on that. Definitely.
Hanging out with girls. Okay. So when you actually hang out with girls, and keep in mind that probably takes some resources. So over the years, I've acquired resources, meaning like I have a house that sometimes I'll entertain guests and have a party. I have a hot tub where sometimes I'll have a hot tub party. I have a boat where sometimes me and 10 friends will go boating, right? We'll pick up girls on the sandbar. We'll do fun stuff. You see female nature. You see how these women behave. I'm not against commitment. I'm just saying modern women with a notch count typically despise men. They typically despise men who commit to them.
What's this notch count? Like that's like a big thing for motherfuckers nowadays. It's crazy.
But the playboy who does whatever the fuck you want, like I'm gonna tell you this, whatever he wants. You start talking how you want, you start acting how you want, you don't give one fuck who hears or sees. Do you understand how like freeing that is? That is scary, like to most people, to the point where women get so turned on by that because it's just so uncommon. When you release the constraints of the social norms and you stop giving a fuck. So I hope this video served you. Okay. Modern women despise most men who commit to them. And this is a cold, hard truth you're probably going to have to accept, but there is a way out. And I'm going to end the video with this. The way out is to not be pessimistic, to get in the fucking gym and lift heavy and get big, to make a shitload of money, okay? And to start to go out in the real world and crush your purpose and your ambitions and date a lot of women. When you date a lot of women, you're going to be able to screen women, okay? A girl comes in, you can automatically tell like by her tendencies and how she's posting on social and how she's moving, how she's talking, right? How she's acting, how she's carrying herself. You're going to be able to know what category to place her in, okay?
Oh, man. Well, he said the solution is to hit the gym and make money and then
not be pessimistic.
Not be pessimistic. And then check her social medias. What?
You see, notice, this is a good example of what I be telling you guys about. You remember when I talk about instead of saying Miles's shirt, the shirt that Miles is wearing is not green. You can easily say the shirt that Miles is wearing is yellow.
Right.
Listen to what he said. The first thing is to not be pessimistic. He could have said, be positive. 2 words, be positive. What did he say? Not be pessimistic. Does anybody, can anyone out there see what I'm talking about as far as language?
Right.
The reason why he chooses to he uses the word not, and he uses the word pessimistic.
Mm-hmm.
Pessimistic means to look at the negative.
Mm.
And he used the word not.
Mm.
Could have easily said, number 1, be positive.
Right.
2 words.
Mm.
But instead he chose to use 3 words.
Mm.
To not be pessimistic. That's 3 words when he could have used 2.
Mm.
That's a psychological tell that even though he's telling you to not be pessimistic, I mean, what did he just do the last 20 minutes? Yo, these girls be fucking even with a ring.
Right.
These girls will cheat on you even if you were making a ton of money, because there's leagues to this, and women are gonna despise you. Listen to the words that he uses.
Mm.
He's talking about his mother.
Right. Mm.
You see, this is why people can't lie to me.
Mm.
Because I pay attention to not just the words that you choose, not just the words that you use, but the words that you choose to use.
Right.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, to the average nigga, they're gonna watch the video, they're gonna see.
Nigga, you gay.
They're gonna be looking at his chest and his chain and his robe and his neatly cut white boy hair. And they're gonna think that he's the man. Yeah, I got a house, and he's sipping his coffee and shit. And niggas is gonna fall for this act. Like, yeah, this guy has it put together, bro. This guy has it all together. He's the man. This guy is a scared little boy.
Mm.
And I say that with all respect, but he's a traumatized little boy who watched his parents divorce, and now it fucks with him when he deals with women today.
Mm.
But I'm no therapist. You don't have to believe me. I'm just a crazy nigga talking shit on the internet.
Oh, I'm gonna bring it back just a second because I want to see what he said about the women in social medias. Hold on, and then we'll end it.
And to start to go out in the real world and crush your purpose and your ambitions and date a lot of women. When you date a lot of women, you're going to be able to screen women. Okay. A girl comes in, you can automatically tell, like, by her tendencies and how she's posting on social and how she's moving, how she's talking, right? How she's acting, how she's carrying herself. You're going to be able to know what category to place her in. Okay. And when you do that, you're going to start to see, hey, most women aren't worth committing to. But what is worth committing to is committing to chasing your own excellence and your own purpose.
But see, you know what's funny? Guys say, he's saying, you know what category to put her in. A lot of times, guys put women in categories based off what society said.
Right.
That's the problem. See, it's one thing to put a woman in a certain category based off of your own principles and standards. Because you say, hey, I want this and this to happen. She is not doing this, so then I'm going to put her in this category because based off of my criteria, this is what is going on. But a lot of dudes, it's not really based on their criteria. It's based on what society is telling them. It's based on what their favorite YouTuber is telling them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the crazy part.
And see, that is worth committing to. So when you do then see the right woman enter your frame, enter your life, you see that there's value there. 100%, that is when you can treat them a little bit differently. And if their behavior changes, okay, cool. Then you know how to adjust. But it takes actually seeing women, going on dates, having multiple options to get to that point where you know what the fuck to actually do. If you like this video, hit the like button.
All right, that's enough of that. All right. Woo, okay. So guys, you guys can call up. Hold on, I'm gonna move this back to the regular joint like this, right? There we go.
Hold on. Let me play this shit real quick.
All right, go. Yeah,
Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Okay, all right. Let me hold on. I might have to revamp.
Cat Williams, the one who told me this, he was like, once you get rid of your desperation, you're gonna blow up. And I was like, you, I'm desperate because I'm broke. He said,
listen to that. Once you get rid of your desperation, basically, because this is talking about actors and shit, but once you get rid of your desperation, you'll get what you want. And listen to why.
No, you're not. You just don't have no money. You have talent, though.
You have talent, so you're not broke.
You're not broke,
no
and
money.
you need to start making your decisions from your talent. From your talent, not your desperation.
Do you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Start making decisions from your talent, not your desperation.
Right.
So let's translate it to game. Start making decisions based on the value that you know you have inside you, not on the desperation you have to get pussy.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Real shit.
This is niggas are not gonna get it because, like I said, in this example, they're talking about acting and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He said you're not broke, you just don't have money, but you have something valuable. You have talent.
Right.
So make decisions based on your talent, not on your desperation. Don't make decisions. It's like what I was saying. The guy is talking about choosing option B, not because he really wants to choose option B, but because he's afraid of option A.
Exactly.
It's the same way when a lot of us as men, we're making choices not because we really want to do something concerning a female, but because we are horny and lusty for pussy.
Exactly.
So we're not approaching a woman with confidence. We're approaching her with thirst. We're approaching her with desperation.
Exactly. Because Miles, check this out. The date you went on, right? You understood you had game. So you wasn't approaching the situation with desperation. Because if you were, then you would have been like, oh, I'm sorry saying that about your tits. Let's stay and talk to me and all that other shit. And that's what most guys do. They'll switch up because they're thirsty. They're desperate. But if you understand you have game, talent, right, then you're going to approach the situation with that. So you don't worry about the fucking outcome. You understand that your talent, your game is going to get you where you need to go.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? That's real.
I'll leave that right there. But I just wanted to share that shit because it reminded me of some of the stuff that the guy was saying.
Now that's real fucking shit, guys. And guys, you guys can call up and put the 646 number, 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901. If you guys want to call up now. If you guys have a question, put a Q in the chat and we'll get to your questions. Make sure if you call up and donate $5 or up, you feel what I'm saying? Make sure you get that shit cracking right now and do that shit. You feel what I mean? So yeah, so that's the call-in number and all that other shit, 646-481-3901. And if you have a question, put a Q in the chat and then we will get to your motherfucking question. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the thing, man. With this whole stuff is that, when when dudes is really, making moves, what happens is that, like you said, if you're choosing to do things based off of the fear of doing the other thing, you're not really being yourself.
Exactly.
You're not really doing the thing you really want to do. You see what I'm saying? You're just doing shit based off of being scared to not do the other option. But let's take this call real quick. Hold on, let me get this. We're gonna go to 646. 646 was popping. Who this? What's going on?
It's Shia. What's up?
Shia, what's going on, fam? Did you donate $5 or more?
Yes, sir. I did Miles Cash App.
All right. That's what's up.
Hold on, because this nigga Shia be on.
Check it.
Shia be on his bullshit. Oh, all right. Shout out to Shia.
So what's going on with you, man?
I'm just following up, just listening to the game. I'm just commenting off of a video you did last week. Well, not last week, actually, recently, where you said that, sometimes if your game is good, the woman can still reject you, which I felt was really, great for you to say that because, especially someone like myself that's still learning from you, I didn't understand that even if your game is good, there's women that's going to still reject you. And in the moment, it makes you question, like, am I doing this correctly? But then when you explained it, it made sense that she sees you, she could potentially see you as just, a fuck buddy or something like that. So
yeah, well, the thing is this. Remember, the game is not about women. So you feel me? So that's the thing where your game is tight when you understand exactly who you are. You see what I'm saying? Because then what happens is that you do things according to how you really are, and then what is for you comes to you, and what's not, it gets repelled and it goes away. You feel what I'm saying? And then, so you don't have to worry about anything. The reason why a lot of guys worry about rejection is because they're looking for women to say yes as a form of validation so that they can feel like they're somebody, can feel like they're worthy. So what happens is that when you feel like you know that you are that motherfucker, you don't need any validation from the women. You see what I'm saying? All the women are is just someone in the situation that's either gonna do what you want or not, and that's it. And 832, put yourself on hold for a second.
Yeah, that's real. So yeah, thanks for that video. That made sense. And I know you said that before, but just to hear it again, I just remembered it again.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Wait, I wanna address something in this moment. Notice what Shia just said. Just to hear it again was a good thing. This is why we encourage you guys to be on the Bad Boy membership, and we encourage you to be on the Masculine Identity membership, because whenever you need to hear a certain piece of the game again, you can always go to the membership and refer right back to it. For example, right now, if we know that if you're on the Bad Boy membership, you can stream Game Kings 1, the definition of game. But did you know that if you are on the Masculine Identity membership,
507, put yourself on mute. Put yourself on mute, 507. We'll get to you in a second. Put yourself on mute. But go ahead, Miles.
If you are on the Masculine Identity membership right now, you can also stream Game Kings 1, the definition of game, if you're on the Masculine Identity membership. So, guys, there are times when we need to remind ourselves about certain lessons of the game, and this is why we encourage you guys to get on the membership. You understand? Because you can refer to this information again and again and again whenever you need it.
Real talk. All right, so Shy, got anything else you want to say?
No, that's about it. Just keep up the good work. I'm halfway through your book, actually. So yeah, guys, get that book.
That's what's up.
How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Good book.
That's what's up. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate the call, my brother. All right, so 832, what's popping? Who this?
What's going on? This is Jay. I donated.
Jay, what's popping? Where'd you donate at?
Miles in the game.
All right, how much you donate? So we can check it.
$5,000, man.
He said $5,000.
I drive 5. I drive 5, man. I drive 5.
Man, we appreciate it, bro.
So what's going on with you? What's wrong with you?
Man, I'm gonna get real quick into it, man. Women despise guys that commit to her, and I was thinking to myself, man, if a woman is telling a guy early on, "Hey, I want you to be my man," okay, baby, and I can think to myself, Miles saying, "Why did you do that?"
Right.
It's just so funny, man. Like all this shit you guys say. And I see it happen in real time. It's like, why? Like, why follow her? Like, why even? And I get it, but it's like, she don't look at you. I mean, I feel like she don't look at you like you even like worthy of even like committing to me. Like, you don't even know me. Like, I just told you to do it and you did it.
Right.
I told you to give me, I told you to make me an authorized user on your credit card. You just did it. It's like, damn, nigga, I can just get anything out of your ass.
Right.
It's just like, damn.
That's what happens.
You know?
That's what happens. But that's what happens when dudes are weak, because remember, if they're so thirsty, they're willing to do anything, and they think doing that is going to make the woman happy, which means they think that that's what's going to make the woman like them. And this is why guys are so confused and so mad at women, because they're like, well, I did everything she said and she still shitted on me. How come? What's wrong with them? And it's like they don't understand what's going on. That's the problem with it.
True. Now, I do have a question, Lucario, man. A guy that has game but a trick, that's still weak ass shit, right? Or you consider that? Well, yeah, nah, because you gonna say that's some weak ass shit, right? A guy that has game, but he's a strategic, gamed up trick. That's still weak, right?
Nah, this is the thing. This is the thing. If you a trick, like, so see, this again. Remember, there's a difference between being a trick and a guy just tricking. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. So a guy just tricking, for example, is a guy. Let's say you have a guy who never like paid for pussy, right? Okay. And then one day he was like, shit, I'm working like crazy. I'm, in a whole nother state. I've been going, doing all of this shit. I ain't got no time to fuck with no girls. And he says, you know what? Yeah. I should go pay for some, some sensual massage that turn into happy endings, that turn into fucking type shit. And he does that, right? He's tricking, but he's not a trick, because being a trick is a lifestyle, meaning that's what you do. Like, that's like your every day or every week or every month thing. That's like how you interact with women. You see what I'm saying? So if a guy's a trick, that means that he has weak game, because that's how he interacts to get sex from women. Versus a guy who doesn't do that, but he may have done that one time or another. That's just tricking. You see what I'm saying? To be a trick has to be something that you're doing all the time. You know what I'm saying? Or that's like basically your lifestyle. Just like when, if a guy who's a player, that's his lifestyle. But you won't call a guy who just lucked up on fucking 2 chicks, back to back, a player. You feel what I'm saying? Because he just fucked 2 chicks back to back. You feel what I'm saying? But he's not a player. So a player and a trick and all that stuff is based off the lifestyle. Okay, because
I saw this guy at work and he was like, yeah, Stacy, man, I bought her lunch. And I'm like, wow. He's like, man, I just, I planted a little seed, but I'm gonna get her later. I just wanted to do that for her. And I'm like,
he's on some bullshit. That's when you know niggas ain't got no game.
I used to think like that. I still wouldn't have bought no bitch lunch and all that, but I used to think like that.
Right.
Me too. I've done some little corny ass shit, but also I thought I was being cool, but in the back of my mind, I was doing something for the return of getting inside of a situation to get what I wanted on the back end. But still, that's some weak ass shit, man. That was some weak shit I could do.
That's crazy.
But I appreciate it, man. You guys keep doing your thing, man. Real shit.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, my brother. All right. So let's go to 507. 507, what's popping? Who this?
Yeah, this is Nick. I live in Minnesota.
Nick, what's going on, bro? Did you donate $5 more?
Yeah, I did.
All right, what'd you donate to?
I can't remember what that website was. I think it was the Lucario website.
No, it wasn't no website. It's either Cash App or PayPal. What'd you donate to?
PayPal.
PayPal. Hold on. I'm gonna check right now. Hold on. Let me see if I see Nick's join. Okay, I see you. There we go. Appreciate it. Appreciate the $5. So what's going on with you, fam?
Yeah, his name is older girl. I think I met her when I was 32. She was 48. She's in Texas. I'm in Minnesota.
Yo, caller. Nick. We gonna need you to stop mumbling, my nigga. Like, please try to pronounce the words. We need that.
Okay, so this woman I met like after there was 2 hurricanes. When I was in Louisiana, Southwest Louisiana, Lake Charles area, and she was in Houston, and that's why I met her. We were neighbors at one point, and things were going good. And then when I moved back, it still was going good until last year. I think I made some mistakes, and now she's just being real bitchy, masculine. And I did the no contact, the ghosting thing for like 22 consecutive days. And then she just reached out to me, phone call on Sunday, and still being bitchy, stingy, want to pay back some of the money she still owes me, but yet wants to see me next month. What do I do here?
Wait, hold on. How long have you been with this woman?
On and off since 2020.
So this is your girlfriend or just a chick you fucking?
I think it's friend with benefits / I never made it serious with her, even though she tried to.
So it's just a chick you fucking?
I was fucking.
Okay, so what I'm asking you is, this is not your girlfriend?
No.
Okay, so what? Okay, so my question to you is, what are you trying to make happen with this woman? What's the issue?
trying to get her to visit me. That's all. I don't want to make it anything serious.
Okay,
Bitch, dependency is no laughing matter.
Are you having trouble getting a woman to visit you?
Well, I've been having issues with it, but she said she was going to visit June 4th, so next month.
So, okay, so you told her to visit you, and then she said what?
She agreed to it. She said, call me back June 1st.
Wait, so what did you say to her exactly?
So she said she reached out to me Sunday evening. I think she called 11 p.m. this past Sunday. I was driving back from work.
Yo, stop. Just get to the part where you told her to come visit you, bro. Just get to that part, bro. What did you say?
Yeah, come visit me. Are you free to visit next month? And she said, yeah, I can. And I told her June 4th. Yes, I'll come visit you June 4th.
Okay,
and then she said, so here's the thing, before I finish. I do have I'm an airline employee myself, a little background. I do have I can give buddy pass to her, so through Delta Airlines. So that's why I can't get her up here yet until that's when I'll call June 4th, so I can see what the loads are. Okay. And then see whether it's not worth it for her to come up here.
Okay.
So you're paying for her to come up there?
I'm not gonna pay completely though. I'll probably get it up here, but then I have her pay the way back. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so my question to you is, what's your point with all this? Like, what's your issue? What are you trying to do?
Trying to get her up here, hook up, and then have her stay for about a week, maybe, or a weekend.
Okay, why? Like, what is your plan with this woman ultimately? Like, what's the point of you dealing with this girl?
This is hard though, so I don't really know what to do.
You said what?
I said I'm not sure what to do. I wanted to visit. I wanted her to see me.
No. Call this what I'm asking you. What do you want from this situation? Do you not know what you want from the situation?
Well, I just want to hook up with her, have sex with her, and then have her show her around up here. That's what my intentions are.
Okay, so then what's the issue? If she's gonna come through, y'all fuck, and then what's the issue? Like, I still don't understand what your issue is.
The issue is, the only issue right now is the flight loads. That's the only issue. That's why I said I'd call back on June 1st. And
so you're saying the only issue is the flight?
Yeah, I'm gonna get here on she's gonna fly standby up here. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yo, I can't understand.
He's all over the place, bruh. Just tell this chick. Listen, bro. Bruh, just tell this chick to come visit you. Right? Tell her to get her own plane ticket to come visit you. And then when she visits you, you have sex with her. And then after you have sex with her, tell her goodbye and she goes back to where she's at. And that's it. You're making this shit more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying I'm gonna give the buddy pass, but she's gonna pay for the buddy pass. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, so then then do that. Then what's the issue? You're still not telling me an issue, bro.
That was the only issue, is just knowing the flight loads. I don't know that far in advance. That's the only issue right now. That's why I'm gonna call it June 1st. Once I know that day, if it's easy for her to make it up here, then I'll let her know.
Okay, so then do that. Now you do that, and then what's the issue now?
As long as she agrees to it, there is no issue.
Okay, so then there you go. Is it?
I'll let
anything
her
else?
June 1st, what the flight loads are, and then
anything else, caller? Caller, anything else?
Caller, can you be honest with us? Can you be honest with us? Let's be honest, bro. You don't feel confident that she's actually gonna come, right?
Yeah, I'd say that.
All right. So with that being said, now do you actually have a question?
I'm just not really sure.
How old are you? How old are you again?
I'm 34 now.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, do you actually have a question for us?
The question is, I'm trying to think of a question. What if you?
All right, I had to cut him off. I can't take it no more. I'm sorry. I couldn't take it no more. All right, monogamous player, what's going on, fam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, Miles? What's up, Mr. McCall? Yeah, I donated to Miles
guys,
$5.
what are you, nigga? What are you doing up so fucking late, nigga? Don't you got some school kids to teach in the morning, man? Come on, man.
Man, bro, tomorrow Friday, bro. We only got 5 more days until the end of the school year, my nigga. I got the goddamn movie on every day. I got ESPN, First Take. They already took their test, bro. We good.
Fucking goddamn kids. 306, put yourself on mute. 306, put yourself on mute. We're gonna get to you next.
but now
306, put yourself on mute for a second. We're gonna get to you next, 306.
Oh.
Go ahead, Mazagus.
But nah, man, now this is one thing I just want to touch on is you and Mr. Lucario Miles, y'all touched on something, and this is one thing that guys got to understand, and I've learned this in the dating game, because when I was young, right, I didn't really understand, and I used to be confused because whenever I wasn't in a relationship, everything was running smooth with females. You know what I'm saying? I had females, you know what I'm saying? Fuck the females, like it was smooth, you know what I'm saying? But then whenever I would get in relationships, things would dwindle fast or things would take a left turn, and I didn't really understand the reason why, right? Until later in life. And the one thing I realized is this, bro. If you give a woman something too fast or prematurely, she's going to take that for granted. That's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? In most situations. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, you know, everybody's different, but in most situations, that's with anybody. You give somebody something prematurely too fast, they're going to take that shit for granted. So so over time, I realized, you know what I'm saying? I was like, because I haven't really been in a lot of relationships in my life because I was always just kind of like doing me. But whenever I did, I would always make the mistake of giving a woman the relationship without no vetting process. And then I remember like 5 years ago when I found y'all, and then I went to the last situation. In the last situation, I was actually using that as like an experiment to figure out what I was doing wrong. So I just, you know, did the same thing, and I realized, I said, I got it. I gave her the relationship too fast. Right. And around that time I found y'all, and y'all was talking about the vetting process. So even then I realized like women respect the vetting process. Because even what you said earlier, Mr. Lucario, if you give a woman 5%, 10% over time, right? That's respectable versus you just giving her the whole 100%, but then you expecting her to give you the same thing in return. Like, no, like the woman gonna realize, okay, he a trick, or I can use him, or he's a guy that I can take advantage of. Right. But then when you have a girl and you have a set process, and even what you said, Miles, over time, like after 3 months, you don't really know if you really like somebody still. You're just attracted to them. Right. But then over time, over 10 months or a year or something, then that'll give you more of an indication of like, okay, this is a person I can really rock with, you know what I'm saying, on an even deeper level. But a lot of times people be committing to people that they don't even really like. Right, exactly. But then as you say, Miles, they're in that honeymoon phase. But when you implement the vetting process, fuck the honeymoon phase. There's no honeymoon phase. You see what I'm saying? It is all about good experiences, and if it leads to that, then it leads to that. If it don't, it don't. But I'm not about to be lying to myself and allowing a woman to take advantage of my time. You see what I'm saying? So I had to learn that over time. Right. But that's all I want to say, guys. Great show. Thank you for the opportunity.
That's what's up. Appreciate you. Let's go to 306. 306. What's going on? Who's this?
Hello.
Hi.
What's up? Who's this?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm the guy just calling in. I have a question for Lucario.
Hold on. How old are you?
I'm 18.
And did you donate $5 or more?
Yes.
Where?
I donated to you right now. What are you talking about?
No, where? Cash App, or PayPal? Where?
On YouTube.
No, you can't do it on YouTube. It's Cash App or PayPal. Which one?
Okay. I have a question.
No. I asked you, did you donate? You can ask the question after you donate. So if you want to troll,
what do I donate, you cheap fuck? I'm trying to ask the fucking question.
Exactly. Listen, if you want to troll, if you want to troll, you gotta pay. You understand? Trolling ain't free. Trolling ain't free. Trolling ain't free. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds
Boom.
You're done. Thank you. Okay, I have to cut him off. Like, hello? Like, nigga. Listen, y'all want to call in and troll, that's cool, but y'all got to put in some paper. And matter of fact, if you want to troll, it got to be $50 and up. You ain't trolling for no less than $50. I'm telling you, because if you put less than 50 and you start trolling, I'm gonna just cut you off. You understand? So if you want to troll, $50 and up. You know what I'm saying?
In question, you cheap bastard.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
He has no bass in his voice. Oh my goodness! All right, so let's see what some of these questions. Let's say you went up to the stage to sing a song or give a speech due to some anxiety or some reason you couldn't deliver. So how would you handle that public embarrassment? What? Well, this is the thing. Embarrassment is a thing that happens to people who give a fuck. You understand? So if you're embarrassed, that means you care about what people think. You understand? I talked about this on the Game King seminar. You guys need to get that. Go to mrlucario.com or masculineidentitymembership.com. Right? If you're worried about what people are thinking, right, you're not fully free. You're not fully living.
Right.
You're just caught up in what everybody else is thinking and wondering about you, which doesn't mean anything.
Bitch ass yucca.
This is does our self-perception and identity rely on our partner's validation?
No.
We have an independent identity without their influence. Wouldn't our identity be radically different if raised elsewhere? What? You said no, it does not require your partner's validation. You feel what I'm saying? But call in, Keaton. Call in. Y'all motherfuckers, you know. It says trust fund girls best way to finesse. Nigga. Y'all motherfuckers see asking the funniest ass questions. Listen, go to badboymembership.com. I have a whole program called How to Get Women to Give You Gifts and Money. You feel what I'm saying? And you don't gotta be finessing nothing. You understand what I'm saying? You just gotta know how to make this shit happen. Go to badboymembership.com right now. Get that program and all that other shit. So guys, we got another 10 minutes left. We're gonna wrap this shit up. So if you want to call in. If you have a question, put a question in the chat. You said, is Brad a simp? Absolutely he is. I don't know who Brad is, but he's definitely a simp.
About the guy in the robe from the video, Casey Zander, maybe?
Nah, this dude always asking about Brad. And is Brad a simp? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. What do you think about DiCaprio dumping girls over 25? I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I think it's awesome. Not because of the age of the girl, but because Leonardo is doing exactly what the fuck you want to do.
Exactly. That's it. Make sure you guys get that masculine identity soap ASAP. That shit is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That shit is beautiful. Make sure you guys get that shit cracking. Masculine identity soap. Get that shit going. You feel what I'm saying? If you guys need more questions, okay, it says, Miles, can you please elaborate when you say disrespect or feeling disrespected is a choice?
I've explained this so many times. Lord have mercy.
Got to do it again. You got to keep it going.
Yeah. All right. So again, remember that when you're you and the other person is them. So when the other person says something that you don't like, right? Understand that all you have to do is make sure you know who you are, right? Because you knowing who you are, like, for example, if somebody comes up to me and says, your name is Charles Dutton, I'm going to look at them like they're crazy because my name is Miles Cunningham.
Right.
Right. So now you have some people who their name is Miles Cunningham, but if somebody comes up to them and say, hey, you're Charles Dutton, they'll get offended and be like, who, me? I ain't no motherfucking Charles Dutton, bitch ass nigga. Who the fuck you talking to? Blah blah. You trying to disrespect me? You trying to call me another name?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So what I'm saying is, it's a choice. So if somebody says something nasty, somebody talk about your mother, remember the words that a person says has to do with the energy and whatever that they have inside them that's coming out of them.
Right.
So the ugliness, the quote unquote disrespectful rhetoric that they're saying has to do with the issue that's going on inside them. So you being disrespected by it, even if, let's just say they are talking about you being disrespected by it is still a choice, because you have to recognize that it's something going on inside of them that is causing them to say these things. Not that anything they're saying has anything to necessarily do with you or is actually true about you. So if somebody calls your mom a fucking bitch, all you need to do is say to yourself, well, I know my mom and she's a pretty lovely lady.
Right.
So you calling my mom a bitch don't got nothing to do with me, because you don't even know my mom like that. I know my mom, and my mom is a beautiful lady. Right.
Right.
So now, if you want to, you could feel disrespected and fight and do whatever the fuck you want to do because they was talking about your mama. But at the same time, if you know the truth about your mother, then actually being disrespected becomes a choice.
Exactly. That's real shit. So it says, do you still mentally monitor the amount of non-sexual attention you give to your main chicks? What?
Yes.
When do we talk about that? Do you still? I don't understand. When do we start doing all that other shit?
You're monitoring the non-sexual attention do we? I guess he's asking, do we still make our main chicks earn our attention?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I can get that.
I mean, bro, the game never stops. So yes,
exactly. It says no afternoon show. No, we're still doing a show today at 4:00 or 4:15, I should say. You know what I'm saying? I was just doing this tonight because somebody sent me that video and I was like, yo, I gotta break that the fuck down. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta break it down. Let me see. But yeah, guys, so listen, man, we about to wrap this shit up. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. You feel what I'm saying? So listen, man, make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com. Make sure you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com. You feel what I'm saying? Get the masculine identity soap. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys get all that shit. Get all of it. Make it happen. You feel me? And yeah, tune in later today. And you know, remember the weekend, you're gonna have the K-Zaggin show with Miles, and we're gonna have the Real Game No Theory show Sunday. You feel what I'm saying? And something that I did might be dropping on Sunday. I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all know if it drops, because you know I don't like to say shit is popping until it's really popping. But I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, if it drops, you can put it on the community post and your stories and all that cool shit.
So you'll see the craziness. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it. Anything else, Miles, you want to say before we wrap this shit up?
Yeah, guys, you know, tomorrow is the last day of the week for the Discord, the morning walks and talks with Miles. So make sure you get on Instagram, Miles in the Game on Instagram, or Miles in the Game on YouTube. Miles in the Game on YouTube. And then get your tickets to Vegas, guys. Don't wait on getting your tickets to Vegas.
That's a fact. And the link is going to be below this video. So watch the playback, or when you're watching the playback, you can just click that link right below the video. All the links are going to be below this video. So make sure you get that. And April's putting the link in the chat right now for all of you on the chat right now. Click that link to get your tickets ASAP. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys get that shit going. You feel what I mean?
We really want to see you guys and meet you guys in Vegas, man. We want to shake your hand and call you a bitch ass nigga to your face. No, I mean, you know, respectfully. No, I'm playing. But seriously, we want to see you guys there. We want to shake your hands, man. You know, all you guys that support the game and really take this shit seriously and, you know, be on the membership and shit, man. We really appreciate every last one of y'all. And honestly, man, from the New York joint, it was a real joy to like meet you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes be like, yo, what's the name from the chat? And you're like, wow, you look totally different than what I imagined. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of it's fucking crazy. But man, shout out to some of the guys that we met from the chat. Shia from Brooklyn was there. Joe Blast was there. Wing Chung was there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats was there, man. I think Big Bad Wolf was there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats was there, man. We appreciate you guys, man, and we'd love to see you guys in Vegas as well. So make sure y'all come through.
When you collaborate with Satan and Sinner again, we actually might get Satan and Sinner at the Vegas joint. You know, if he's in town, we'll have him as like a special guest and shit. Just come through and rock with him.
Exactly. So yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I know he be traveling a lot, but if he's out there, he's definitely welcome to come and I'll hit him up. But yeah, man. But guys, make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com, masculineidentitymembership.com, get the masculine identity soap, and we will holler at y'all motherfuckers later. Peace. We gone. We out.
We're here to define what a man is, right?
Responsibility creates struggle. Struggle creates strength. And strength creates structure.
How many people care about what people think about them? Be honest.
As a man, you got to be able to protect not just yourself, but your family.
When we talk about being a man, it's your behaviors.
But I don't say any of this to brag. I don't say any of this to gloat my life up or I'm better than anybody.
I start crying. I'm like, why am I crying? And so what I realized was,
You put yourself in a target-rich environment. You are the only woman that paid for a ticket to come to this event.
If you're trying to teach your daughter to be around a certain man and you're not that man yourself, she gonna choose you.
Hey, let me not touch this nigga. He too clean. Where is that on you?
It's not on me.
It's not on you. The only reason why it's not on you is because you didn't choose it.
Find the women who can actually help you build. And here's some deep game for you. You don't have to have sex with all of them.
Since 2016, I've been following Lucario and Miles. Y'all changed my life. Followed by Uncle Ram. So ever since then, I've been getting a little bit of too much ass at times.
As you know, as a man, there's a balance to it. Your purpose and pussy. And the heavier your purpose.
even if you lose the relationship, you don't lose yourself. And that's the most important part.
Ladies and gentlemen,